Hello and welcome. In this video we will learn about Benjamin Netanyahu. Benjamin Netanyahu is a strong and famous leader from Israel. He has been the Prime Minister of Israel many times. He is known all over the world. Many people respect him for his powerful speeches and strong decisions. He has worked hard for many years to help his country. He is one of the longest-serving leaders in Israel's history. Benjamin was born in 1949 in a city called Tel Aviv. His family was very smart and loved their country. His father was a historian and his brother was a soldier. His family taught him to love Israel and to work for peace and safety. From a young age, Benjamin wanted to become a leader. He believed that strong leaders can help people live better lives. When he was a young man, he joined the army. He became a soldier in a special group called the Sayeret Matkal. This is one of the best army groups in Israel. He learned about leadership, courage, and teamwork. He was very brave during many missions. After he left the army, he went to study in the United States. He went to famous schools and learned about politics, business, and world affairs. Benjamin later returned to Israel and entered politics. He became a member of the Likud party. People liked his ideas. He spoke English and Hebrew very well. This helped him talk to world leaders and share Israel's message with other countries. He worked hard to make Israel strong and safe. Many people voted for him because they believed he was the right person to lead the country. As Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu made many big decisions. He helped grow Israel's economy. He also worked to keep Israel safe from enemies. Some people did not agree with all his choices, but many believed he did what he thought was best for the country. He always said that Israel must be strong, free, and safe for all its people. Benjamin Netanyahu is a symbol of strength, courage, and leadership. He is not afraid to speak his mind. He wants peace, but he also wants to protect his country. His story shows us that with hard work, love for your country, and strong beliefs, a person can become a great leader. Many students and young people look up to him. His life teaches us about bravery, learning, and never giving up. Whether in the army, in school, or in politics, Benjamin Netanyahu has always worked hard to reach his goals. He is a leader who has changed his country and the world. This episode will tell you more about his life, his work, and his legacy. It is a story of a man who wanted to serve his country and became one of its most important leaders. Let us begin the journey into the life of Benjamin Netanyahu. Chapter 1: Early Life and Family Background of Benjamin Netanyahu. Benjamin Netanyahu was born on October 21, 1949, in Tel Aviv, Israel. His family was important and educated. They loved their country and worked hard to make it strong. Benjamin's family gave him strong values. They taught him to care for Israel and to work for peace and safety. His father, Benjamin Netanyahu, was a historian. He studied Jewish history and wrote many books. He believed that Jewish people must be strong and protect their land. Benjamin worked at universities in the United States and in Israel. He helped his children learn about hard work, history, and love for their country. Benjamin's mother was Tzila. She was a kind and caring woman. She took care of the family and gave them love and support. She also taught her children to be honest and respectful. Benjamin was very close to his mother. She gave him a strong heart and helped him believe in himself. Benjamin had two brothers. His older brother was Yonatan Netanyahu. Yonatan was a soldier and a hero. He died during a rescue mission in Uganda in 1976. The mission was called Operation Entebbe. Yonatan's bravery became famous in Israel and around the world. Benjamin loved his brother very much. Yonatan's life and death had a big effect on him. His younger brother is Iddo Netanyahu. Iddo is a doctor and a writer. He also cares deeply about Israel. The three brothers grew up in a home full of learning, reading, and strong ideas. Their parents helped them become smart, strong, and proud of their country. When Benjamin was a child, the family lived both in Israel and in the United States. This helped him learn English very well. He also learned about the world outside of Israel. He went to school in both countries. He was a good student and worked hard in his studies. He was quiet but strong. He always wanted to learn more and become a leader. From a young age, Benjamin wanted to help his country. He saw that Israel needed strong leaders. He watched his father talk about history and freedom. He saw his brother become a brave soldier. All these things helped him understand the meaning of service, duty, and leadership. Benjamin Netanyahu's early life was full of learning, love for Israel, and the dream of becoming a strong leader. His family gave him the strength to stand for what he believes. They gave him the tools to speak, to fight for peace, and to help Israel grow. This chapter tells the story of a boy who came from a strong family and grew up to lead a nation. His journey started in Tel Aviv, in a home filled with books, ideas, and courage. That was the beginning of Benjamin Netanyahu's path to leadership. Chapter 2: Education and Military Service of Benjamin Netanyahu. After growing up in a smart and strong family, Benjamin Netanyahu went on to study and serve his country. His education and military service helped him become a leader. He worked hard in school and was brave in the army. These years were very important in his life. When Benjamin was a teenager, he moved with his family to the United States. His father worked at a university there. Benjamin went to high school in a city called Philadelphia. He was a good student and learned English very well. He was quiet, but he liked to learn. He also played sports and made new friends. After finishing high school, Benjamin returned to Israel. He joined the Israeli army, just like most young people in the country. He became a soldier in a special army group called Sayeret Matkal. This group is one of the best and most secret units in the army. Only the best and bravest soldiers can join. Benjamin served in the army from 1967 to 1972. He took part in many dangerous missions. He showed great courage and worked well with his team. In one mission, he was wounded but kept going. He never gave up. His commanders said he was strong, smart, and brave. These army years helped him become a true leader. After finishing his army service, Benjamin went back to the United States to study. He wanted to learn more about the world. He went to the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, one of the best schools in the world. He studied architecture and business. Later, he also studied political science at Harvard University. Benjamin was a top student. He read a lot and worked very hard. He was interested in politics, history, and how to lead a country. He also gave talks about terrorism and how to protect people. Even as a student, he wanted to help Israel. While studying, he also worked for a company and helped support his family. He was not only smart but also responsible and hardworking. He always thought about how to make Israel stronger and safer. During this time, Benjamin also began to speak in public. He talked about the problems Israel faced and how the world should help. He was young, but people listened to him. He spoke clearly and with passion. Many people were impressed by his ideas and his love for his country. Education and military service made Benjamin Netanyahu strong in both mind and body. He became a man who could think deeply and act bravely. These two parts of his life, school and the army, gave him the tools to become a great leader. This chapter shows how Benjamin learned, served, and grew. From the classroom to the battlefield, he gave his best. He was always ready to learn, lead, and protect his people. This is the story of how a young man began his journey to becoming the leader of Israel. Chapter 3: Entry into Politics and Rise in Likud Party of Benjamin Netanyahu. After his army service and studies in the United States, Benjamin Netanyahu wanted to help his country in a new way. He decided to enter politics. He wanted to make Israel strong, safe, and respected. He had good ideas and strong speaking skills. These helped him begin his journey in the world of politics. In the 1980s, Benjamin started working with the Israeli government. He first became a diplomat. He worked at the Israeli embassy in Washington, D.C. Later, he became Israel's ambassador to the United Nations. He was young, smart, and spoke English very well. Many people liked how he explained Israel's side in world events. He spoke clearly and with confidence. This made him known both in Israel and in other countries. After working as a diplomat, Netanyahu joined the Likud party in Israel. The Likud party is a political group that believes in strong security and free economy. It wants to keep Israel safe and strong. Many people in Israel liked these ideas. Netanyahu believed the Likud party was the best way to help his country. In 1988, Benjamin Netanyahu became a member of parliament in Israel. This was his first big step in Israeli politics. People saw him as a new and fresh leader. He worked hard and spoke powerfully in meetings. He talked about safety, peace, and how to stop terrorism. He wanted to protect the people of Israel. Soon, Netanyahu moved up in the party. He became a deputy minister and later held other important jobs. His strong voice and clear ideas helped him grow quickly. He was not afraid to speak about difficult topics. People began to see him as a future leader. In 1993, Benjamin Netanyahu became the leader of the Likud party. This was a big moment. He was now the main voice of the party. He gave many speeches and went to meet people all over the country. He talked about jobs, safety, and the future of Israel. Many young people supported him. They believed he could bring change and protect the country. Netanyahu was also good on television. He used media in smart ways. He knew how to speak to the people at home. His messages were short, strong, and clear. This helped him become even more popular. By 1996, after many years of hard work, Benjamin Netanyahu was elected Prime Minister of Israel. He became the youngest person to ever hold that job in the country's history. This was the result of his strong rise in the Likud party and his deep love for his country. This chapter shows how Netanyahu moved from the army and school to the world of politics. With courage, clear thinking, and strong belief, he became the leader of a major party and then the leader of Israel. It was the beginning of a long and powerful political career. Chapter 4, First Term as Prime Minister, 1996 to 1999, of Benjamin Netanyahu. In 1996, Benjamin Netanyahu became the Prime Minister of Israel for the first time. He was the youngest person ever to hold this job in Israel. Many people were surprised, but also excited. He had never been a prime minister before, but he had strong ideas and a big vision for the country. Netanyahu won the election by a small number of votes. It was a close race. He won because many people liked his message about safety and security. At that time, there were many problems in Israel. People were worried about terrorism and attacks. Netanyahu promised to keep the country safe and strong. During his first term, Netanyahu worked on both peace and security. He wanted to protect Israel, but also make peace with the Palestinians. It was not easy. There were many talks and meetings. In 1998, he signed an agreement called the Y River Memorandum with Palestinian leader Yasser Arafat. This agreement was made with help from the United States. It said that Israel would give some land to the Palestinians, and the Palestinians would stop violence. Some people liked this agreement, but others did not. Many people in Netanyahu's own Likud party were not happy. They wanted him to be tougher. Netanyahu had to balance between peace and protecting the people. It was a very difficult job. Netanyahu also worked on the economy. He wanted to help Israeli businesses grow. He made changes to help people pay fewer taxes and open new companies. He believed in free markets and less government control. Some people liked these changes, but others worried it might hurt poor families. During this time, Netanyahu had many meetings with world leaders. He spoke in English very well and was respected in other countries. He talked about Israel's right to be safe and free. He also warned about dangers from groups that wanted to harm Israel. He said peace must come with security. Netanyahu's time as prime minister was not easy. There were many arguments in the government. Some people in his team left. Others said he was too hard or too soft. The media also gave him a lot of pressure. He had many enemies in politics. But Netanyahu stayed strong and worked hard every day. In 1999, there was a new election. Netanyahu lost to a new leader named Ehud Barak. After 3 years as prime minister, his first term ended. Some people were sad, but others wanted change. Even though he lost the election, Netanyahu said he would not give up. He promised to return and keep fighting for Israel. He believed his work was not finished. This chapter shows Netanyahu's first time as the leader of Israel. It was a time of hope, challenge, and change. He learned many lessons that helped him in the future. His journey as a leader was just beginning. Chapter 5: Years in Opposition and Political Resurgence of Benjamin Netanyahu. After losing the election in 1999, Benjamin Netanyahu was no longer prime minister. A new leader, Ehud Barak, took his place. This was a difficult time for Netanyahu. He had led the country, but now he had to watch from the side. These years were called his time in opposition. During this time, Netanyahu did not leave politics completely. He stayed in the Likud party and spoke to the people. He gave many interviews and speeches. He continued to talk about safety, the economy, and the dangers Israel faced. He said Israel must always be strong and protect its people. For a short time, Netanyahu left the Knesset, Israel's parliament. But after 2 years, he returned. He became a powerful voice again in Israeli politics. In 2002, he was given the job of foreign minister. Then he also served as finance minister under Prime Minister Ariel Sharon. These jobs helped him grow stronger in the government once more. As finance minister, Netanyahu made big changes. He worked to fix the economy. He cut taxes and reduced spending. He wanted people to open businesses and create jobs. Some people liked his ideas because they helped the economy grow. Others said the changes were hard for poor families. Still, Netanyahu showed he could make big decisions. In 2005, Ariel Sharon left the Likud party and started a new party. Netanyahu stayed in Likud and became its leader again. He now had the chance to rebuild the party and prepare for the next election. He worked very hard. He met with people across the country and shared his plans for Israel. Between 2006 and 2009, Netanyahu was the leader of the opposition. This means he was not in the government, but he was the head of the largest party not in power. His job was to ask hard questions, offer new ideas, and try to become prime minister again. During these years, Netanyahu spoke strongly about the dangers of terrorism and the threat from Iran. He said Israel must be ready to defend itself. He also said Israel needed a strong economy. He shared his plans with the public and promised to lead again. Many people began to support him once more. They believed he had experience and strength. They liked how he spoke clearly and with confidence. They also remembered his work during his first time as prime minister. In 2009, Netanyahu's hard work paid off. The Likud party won many seats in the election. He was asked to form a government and become prime minister again. This chapter shows how Benjamin Netanyahu did not give up after losing power. He stayed strong, learned from the past, and worked hard to return. His time in opposition made him smarter and more prepared. It was a time of waiting, learning, and planning for the future. His political story was not over, it was just beginning again. Chapter 6, Second and Third Terms, 2009 to 2013, 2013 to 2015, of Benjamin Netanyahu. In 2009, Benjamin Netanyahu became Prime Minister of Israel again. This was the start of his second term. Many people believed he was the right person to lead the country during a difficult time. He spoke about safety, peace, and the economy. He said Israel needed strong leadership. During his second term, Netanyahu focused on security. He warned the world about the danger from Iran. He believed Iran wanted to build nuclear weapons that could hurt Israel. He gave speeches in many places, including the United Nations. He used clear words and pictures to show why Israel must stay strong. Netanyahu also worked on the economy. Israel had some problems, but the country stayed strong compared to many others. He supported new businesses, technology, and trade. Many people around the world started to call Israel the startup nation because of its fast-growing tech industry. In 2010, peace talks with the Palestinians started again. Netanyahu said he wanted peace but also wanted to keep Israel safe. He agreed to stop building new homes in some areas for a short time, hoping to help the peace talks. But the talks did not bring a final deal. The situation stayed difficult. In 2013, Netanyahu won again and started his third term as prime minister. He formed a new government with different parties. It was not easy, but he managed to keep control. He continued to speak about the danger from Iran. He said Israel must never allow Iran to get nuclear weapons. In 2015, Netanyahu gave a speech to the United States Congress. He spoke against a deal between Iran and world powers. He said the deal was dangerous and would not stop Iran from building weapons. Some people agreed with him, but others said the speech was too strong. During this time, there were also problems with violence. Some people attacked Israeli citizens. Netanyahu worked with the army and police to stop the attacks. He said safety for the people was his first job. He also worked to build better friendships with other countries. He visited Africa, Asia, and South America. He wanted to grow trade, technology, and security ties. These trips helped Israel become stronger in the world. At home, Netanyahu still faced many challenges. People were worried about the cost of living, housing, and jobs. Some groups protested and asked for changes. Netanyahu said he would work to make life better for all Israelis. His second and third terms were full of big events and important decisions. He stayed strong and calm, even when things were hard. Many people in Israel trusted him and supported him. This chapter shows how Netanyahu used his experience to lead again. He focused on safety, economy, and peace. He spoke to the world and worked to protect Israel. His leadership helped shape the country during these important years. Chapter 7, Fourth and Fifth Terms, 2015 to 2020, of Benjamin Netanyahu. In 2015, Benjamin Netanyahu won the election again. He began his fourth term as Prime Minister of Israel. Many people supported him because they believed he was strong and experienced. They trusted him to keep Israel safe and to lead the country in a time of change. During his fourth term, Netanyahu continued to talk about security and peace. He still believed Iran was a big danger. He said that Israel must always protect itself. He worked with other countries to stop Iran from becoming stronger. He also spoke many times about keeping Israel's borders safe from terrorism. In 2018, something big happened. The United States moved its embassy to Jerusalem. This was an important moment. Netanyahu said this showed that the world was beginning to understand that Jerusalem is the capital of Israel. Many Israelis were happy and proud. Netanyahu also worked to make peace with other countries. He became closer with countries that did not always support Israel in the past. He started new friendships in Africa, Asia, and Latin America. He said these new ties would help Israel grow stronger in the world. The economy continued to do well. More people had jobs. The technology industry in Israel grew. Netanyahu said this was a result of smart planning and good leadership. In 2019, Israel held another election. But the results were not clear. No party had enough seats to easily form a new government. This led to more elections. For the first time in Israel's history, the country had to hold 3 elections in just 1 year. In April 2019, September 2019, and March 2020. During this time, Netanyahu stayed in office. He worked to bring different parties together. It was a difficult time in politics. Many people were divided. But Netanyahu stayed strong and kept trying to form a government. Also during this time, Netanyahu faced legal problems. He was accused of corruption and was taken to court. Some people said he should leave office. But others believed he was innocent and still the best leader for the country. Netanyahu said the charges were not true and that he would fight to prove it. In 2020, something new and historic happened. Israel signed peace agreements with the United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, Sudan, and Morocco. These were called the Abraham Accords. Netanyahu worked closely with the United States to make this happen. It was a big step toward peace in the Middle East. Many people called it a great success. At the same time, the world was facing the COVID-19 pandemic. Netanyahu acted quickly. He brought vaccines to Israel faster than most countries. He told people to stay safe and helped hospitals prepare. Israel became one of the first countries to vaccinate most of its people. This chapter shows how Netanyahu stayed strong during both good and hard times. He worked for peace, led during a health crisis, and faced legal battles. His fourth and fifth terms were full of big challenges and big changes. But through it all, he remained the leader of Israel. Chapter 8: Controversies and Corruption Investigations of Benjamin Netanyahu. Benjamin Netanyahu is one of the most well-known leaders in Israel. He has served as prime minister for many years. But his time in power has not always been easy. He has also faced many controversies and corruption investigations. This chapter will explain those events in simple words. In politics, controversy means that people argue or disagree about something important. During his time as prime minister, some people said that Netanyahu made wrong decisions. Others said he used his power in ways that were not fair. These things caused problems in the government and in the media. The biggest problems came from corruption cases. Corruption means using power in a bad or dishonest way to get money, gifts, or special help. Netanyahu was accused of doing this in a few different cases. The police and courts began to look into these cases carefully. One case was called Case 1000. In this case, Netanyahu and his wife were accused of accepting expensive gifts like cigars, champagne, and jewelry from rich businessmen. The police said these gifts were worth thousands of dollars. Some people believed these gifts were given in return for favors. Netanyahu said the gifts were from friends and were not wrong. Another case was Case 2000. This case was about Netanyahu talking with the owner of a large newspaper in Israel. The police said he talked about making a deal to get more good news about himself in the paper. In return, he might help the paper hurt a competitor. Netanyahu said he did not make any such deal. The third and biggest case was Case 4000. This case was about a big media company called Bezek. Netanyahu was also the Minister of Communications at the time. The police said he gave Bezek special help with business decisions. In return, Bezek's news website gave Netanyahu more positive news. This case became very serious, and Netanyahu was charged in court. Because of these cases, Netanyahu was taken to court in 2020. He became the first sitting prime minister in Israel to go on trial while still in office. This was a historic and serious moment. Many people in Israel were shocked. Some protested against him, while others supported him. Netanyahu has always said that he is not guilty. He said the cases are part of a political plan to remove him from power. He believes that he is the target of unfair treatment. He said he will fight in court and prove the truth. The trials are still going on. They may take a long time to finish. Some people say a leader must be honest and free from corruption. Others say Netanyahu should stay in office until the court makes a final decision. This chapter shows that even powerful leaders can face big challenges. Netanyahu's story is not only about success but also about difficult times. These investigations have changed Israeli politics and made people think deeply about leadership, law, and justice. Chapter 9: Return to Power and Current Political Landscape of Benjamin Netanyahu. After facing many problems, including court cases and losing elections, Benjamin Netanyahu made a strong return to power. In 2022, his party, Likud, won many seats in the Israeli election. With the help of other parties, he was able to form a new government. He became prime minister again, showing that many people in Israel still trusted him. This was his sixth term as prime minister. It made him one of the longest-serving leaders in Israeli history. His return surprised many people. Some thought his time in politics was over. But Netanyahu showed that he was still strong, smart, and ready to lead. To form the new government, Netanyahu made agreements with right-wing and religious parties. These parties had strong ideas about religion, law, and the future of Israel. Some people in Israel supported this new team. They believed it would make Israel safer and stronger. But others were worried. They said the government was too extreme and could hurt democracy. One big issue was the plan to change the judicial system. Netanyahu's government wanted to give more power to the parliament and less power to the courts. This plan caused many protests in the country. Thousands of people went into the streets. They said the changes would hurt the courts and take away the people's rights. Netanyahu said the courts had too much power and that the changes were needed for balance. He promised that Israel would still be a strong democracy. But the protests continued for many months. Some people in the government also began to worry. The country was deeply divided. At the same time, Netanyahu continued to work on foreign policy. He wanted to make peace with more countries. He spoke about building better relations with Saudi Arabia and other Arab nations. He also continued strong ties with the United States, even when the two governments did not always agree. Another issue was safety. There were more attacks and violence between Israelis and Palestinians. Netanyahu worked with the army and police to stop the violence. He said Israel would always defend itself. He also said that peace was still possible, but only if Israel was strong. In 2023 and 2024, the economy became a challenge. Prices for food and homes went up. People asked the government to do more to help. Netanyahu said he would work to fix these problems. He asked people to stay patient and hopeful. Even with protests, legal problems, and hard decisions, Netanyahu stayed calm. He continued to lead with experience. He said his job was to protect Israel and build a better future. This chapter shows how Netanyahu came back after hard times. He returned as prime minister and faced a new set of problems. Some people support him. Others do not. But no one can ignore his strong place in Israeli politics. He is still one of the most important and powerful voices in the country today. Chapter 10: Legacy, Impact on Israel, and Global Perception of Benjamin Netanyahu. Benjamin Netanyahu is one of the most well-known leaders in the history of Israel. He has served as prime minister longer than any other person in the country. His legacy means the things he will be remembered for in the future. He has had a big impact on Israel and has shaped how the world sees the country. Many people in Israel respect Netanyahu for making the country stronger. He worked hard to keep Israel safe from enemies. He spoke clearly about the dangers from countries like Iran. He made strong decisions and gave powerful speeches. Some people call him a protector of Israel. Netanyahu also helped the economy grow. He believed in free markets and private business. During his time, Israel became a leader in technology and innovation. Many people call Israel the startup nation. Jobs increased and new companies were built. This made Israel stronger and richer. Another important part of his legacy is his work in foreign relations. He made new friends for Israel around the world. He helped Israel sign peace deals with countries like the United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, Sudan, and Morocco. These peace deals were called the Abraham Accords. Many people around the world were surprised and happy to see these new friendships. Netanyahu also helped Israel grow closer to countries in Africa, Asia, and South America. He said that Israel should not be alone. He worked to make new trade deals, build partnerships, and share technology. Because of his efforts, Israel became stronger in the world. But not everyone agrees with his style of leadership. Some people in Israel and around the world think Netanyahu is too strong or too hard. They say he did not listen to others enough. They were also unhappy with his plans to change the courts. Some people feared these changes could hurt democracy. Netanyahu's legal problems also affected his image. He was the first prime minister of Israel to go to court while still in office. Some people lost trust in him because of the corruption charges. Others believed he was treated unfairly. These cases are still part of how people see him today. Around the world, leaders respect Netanyahu for being clear, strong, and smart. He speaks English very well and understands global politics. He is known for standing up for Israel in international meetings. Even people who do not agree with him say he is a skilled and powerful leader. In the end, Netanyahu's legacy is both strong and complex. He helped Israel grow, become safer, and gain more friends. But he also faced many problems and strong criticism. Some people love him. Some people do not. But everyone agrees that he changed the story of Israel. This chapter shows how one man can leave a big mark on a country and on the world. Benjamin Netanyahu's name will always be remembered in Israeli history, for his leadership, for his ideas, and for the path he created for the future. Vocabularies. 1. Prime Minister, the leader of the government in a country like Israel. Example: Benjamin Netanyahu became prime minister in 1996. 2. Election, a time when people vote to choose a leader or government. Example: Netanyahu won the election and became prime minister again. 3. Security, protection from danger or harm. Example: Netanyahu worked to improve Israel's security. 4. Corruption, dishonest or illegal behavior, especially by people in power. Example: Netanyahu was accused of corruption during his time in office. 5. Agreement, a decision or deal made between two or more people or groups. Example: the Wye River Memorandum was an agreement for peace. 6. Embassy, the official office of one country in another country. Example: the U.S. moved its embassy to Jerusalem in 2018. 7. Opposition, a group that disagrees with or works against the government. Example: Netanyahu spent time in opposition before returning to power. 8. Protest, a public show of disagreement or anger about something. Example: many people joined protests against changes in the courts. 9. Legacy, what a person is remembered for after their time in power. Example: Netanyahu's legacy includes peace deals and strong leadership. 10. Foreign relations, the way one country works with other countries. Example: Netanyahu improved Israel's foreign relations with Arab nations. Quiz questions. 1. In which city was Benjamin Netanyahu born? 2. What special army unit did Netanyahu serve in during his military service? 3. Which political party did Netanyahu join when he entered Israeli politics? 4. What was the name of the peace agreement Netanyahu signed in 1998? 5. What job did Netanyahu hold while he was in opposition before returning as prime minister in 2009? 6. What country moved its embassy to Jerusalem during Netanyahu's fourth term? 7. What is the name of the main corruption case where Netanyahu was accused of helping a media company? 8. What was the name of the peace agreements signed with Arab countries in 2020? 9. What major government change plan led to protests during Netanyahu's sixth term? 10. What word is used to describe what Netanyahu will be remembered for in the future? Thank you so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed learning with us. If you like this content, please like, subscribe, and share it with your friends and family. Your support helps us grow and bring you more inspiring stories and easy English learning content. Do you have a topic you'd like us to cover in our next video? Maybe a famous person, an invention, or a country? Let us know in the comments or messages. We'd love to hear your ideas. You can find answers in the description. Thanks again, and keep learning with us. See you in the next video.